Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm Shannon and I'm a pet portrait and wildlife artist and I specialise in coloured pencils. So this is another draw with me video where we just sit and chat while I draw, and this time I'm working on this fox which is for a Christmas card design. I currently only have two, so I've been trying to work on building up my Christmas card collection because I'm hoping to have a Christmas craft fair booked in this year, and I always hate turning up with just two lots of Christmas cards. I feel like I want to have at least 4 or 5, so then there's like a few different designs to pick from, and it feels very strange drawing something Christmas related when there is a heatwave in the UK. It's currently absolutely boiling hot and I'm drawing a Christmas design. Although the only thing that makes this Christmassy really is the fact there's snow in it, so I mean that makes anything Christmassy, doesn't it? Just whack a bit of snow on and you've got a Christmas design. So yeah, I'll be honest, I really struggle to find images that I like for Christmas designs, which is why I don't really have that many, because I've just never quite found the references that I want to use, and I end up looking for hours and hours and no luck finding anything. So I knew that I wanted to do a Christmassy fox design because my fox designs that I have that aren't Christmassy tend to do quite well. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do a Christmas one. Paddy's just walking around in the background, don't mind him. So I'm currently working on the leg here using a mixture of cold greys to build up the fur. He's just took the oven glove off the oven. Excuse me. I also prefer to use like quite unique references when I can. I just wasn't having any luck. I've messaged a few photographers and didn't hear back, and I ended up finding this image on a stock image website, you know, like one of them free ones where they have royalty free stock images. So I just thought, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. I only get the Christmas card designs out once a year anyway, so it's not something that I want to put all of my time and energy into. So I've got this one, and then I've also found a stag image that I like in snow, so I'll have 4 designs if I do that one. I just wanted enough that I could create a gift tag set, like a Christmas gift tag set with 4 gift tags in it, so yes. That is my plan anyway. So I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks, just when I've had time. And I thought today I would do a draw with me video because I feel absolutely awful that I've not uploaded anything in like 2 weeks on YouTube. I really try and keep on top of it, but sometimes life just gets in the way. We had a bank holiday weekend last weekend and I took the Monday off, so that was one less day to work on stuff. We went out on Tuesday to Manchester. Just different things have been taking my time up. So I've also, my next vlog that I'm doing is a brand collaboration. It's not sponsored or anything like that. I've never done a sponsored video yet, but I've been lucky enough to be gifted things and been asked to create content with the item in the video. So that is what my next vlog is, and obviously there's a lot more sort of goes into a vlog like that because I have to make sure I'm including all of the information about the product. I have to make sure that the brand likes it and that they approve the video before I post it. So yeah, I don't have as much control over like just editing it and posting it straight away. It's not something that I can just use my own intuition on. So yeah, that should be fun though. It's a slightly different one from me, but I think it's good to like try different things and experiment. Like I don't want to just put myself in a box of being a pet portrait and wildlife artist and like that's it. I don't really branch out of that. I'd like to keep open-minded and consider all the other things that are out there to do. So obviously within like reason, I don't want to go doing something completely random, but yeah. It's absolutely roasting, like I said, it's so warm. We're having a bit of a Indian summer, like late summer heat wave in the UK at the minute. I'm sure if you live in the UK you're very aware of how hot it is. But yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of orange fur here with buff titanium from the Luminance range and burnt ochre from the Polychromos. So if you're new and you've never seen any of my videos before, I use the Faber Castell Polychromos pretty much most of the time. And then I sometimes use a bit of like the Caran Luminance pencils. Sometimes I use some of the Pablos. And I also like the white and black from the Derwent Drawing pencils. So I try to keep it simple and use like as few pencils as possible in most of my work, but I also I like a few different ones. I like to try new brands and stuff like that, but yes, the Polychromos are my absolute favourites. They're just really good for detailed, realistic work like this. Paddy is going mad all of a sudden. I don't know why. As soon as I start filming, he just seems to like want attention. He's my dog, by the way. He's an English Bull Terrier. If you've never seen my videos before, but yeah, he just doesn't like it when I'm filming. He wants all the attention to be on him. So I'm just using the dark sepia now to add a little bit more detail in here. But yeah, it's only a small piece, this one. It's 8 by 8 inch. I didn't want to do anything too big that would take me too long. I just thought, get them done quickly. This picture was quite blurry anyway. I wouldn't have been able to get much detail in if I'd have done it any bigger. But I think once I've done, I'm going to add some Museum Aquarelle white with water to add some snow to the fox. I haven't used that pencil for a long time actually. I tend to use the Derwent Drawing white more often now. I just find it blends through coloured pencils a bit better because the Museum Aquarelle is a watercolour pencil, so I might just add a bit more brown through here. This is Burnt Umber 280, and this is a pencil extender that I got from Amazon. I just feel like I need a bit more texture through this fur. Yeah, I tend to press quite light these days. I'm just building everything up really slowly. I add some black just here. I feel like it needs a bit more depth. But yeah, if I'm drawing something quite small like this, I tend to simplify it a little bit. Like, you don't need to add every single detail into everything that you draw. I almost just look for the shapes and try and draw the shapes in rather than draw all the individual little hairs and stuff like that. It's just a case of like giving the illusion of detail rather than actual detail. As long as it looks good from far away, that's all that matters. People aren't going to be looking really close at it. Not that it wouldn't look good from up close anyway, but you know what I mean. I feel like I need maybe a bit more burnt umber in the actual leg. Recently I have been making my own greeting cards and stuff like that too as well. So I've got a few vlogs on that if you're interested in making your own greeting cards, printing them yourself. I do studio vlogs and stuff like that with like documenting my journey and what I'm trying and experimenting with. If that's of interest to you. Just going to add a bit more through here. Right, I think I need to start working down this leg here now. I love using a putty eraser because it doesn't get those horrible little bits that come off an eraser. So good. Right, I'm going to bring the cold grey down. I'll be starting a new tutorial series soon as well at some point. I like to have a little bit of a break in between doing each one because it's very intense. Like, filming while you're drawing is really hard. Drawing on its own is hard enough anyway, but then when you've got a camera in front of your face and you're trying to make sure you're saying all the right things and like you're not making any mistakes, it's intense. So every now and then I like to just have a little bit of a break from it because I'm also always uploading Patreon tutorials, so I never really truly switch off from drawing tutorials, so it's nice to just have a little bit of time off from it, and then I'll be back with a Labrador tutorial. So yes, once I've done that I will probably do something a little bit different because I've done 2 dog tutorials after that. So I always take people's suggestions down in my notes on my phone. I have a lot of things that people would like to draw and I obviously can't do all of them straight away, so if there's anything that comes up quite regularly then I will definitely do that, or if there's anything that I just think, oh, that'll be fun to do. I might do another graphite tutorial maybe. I've had a few people ask for that and that is good for beginners, so I might do that. And I really want to try graphite powder, like the powder that you can get to just save a bit of time. I think that would be good. So maybe I'll try something with that. There's a little bit of orange here as well. Like I said, I don't really add too much detail in it at this scale. It's more just getting the colours in the right places. That's pretty much all drawing is anyway, like looking for where the colours are, being really considered with your placement of them. And it does take a long time to like get your head around which colour to use where. I think that's probably one of my most asked questions. How do you know what colours to use? How do you know what base colour? Like, I do have a video on it that sort of explains how I do it. The truth is that you'll never truly know what exact colour there should be, and there's probably like a multitude of different colours that you could use in every drawing scenario and it would still look right. It's just choosing something that looks similar and then trying it, a bit of trial and error, seeing how it goes, adding a bit of something else, like till you get the right colour. I almost think of it like you're painting, and if you're painting you're mixing different colours together to get the right one, and that's what coloured pencils is. Like, you're applying colours on top of each other in layers until you get the perfect colour combination. So now I'm looking at this and it's like, it's not quite red enough. It's the right sort of colour but it needs more red, so once I've added this I'll be adding a bit of a red toned colour to like tone it to the right colour, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's all just trial and error. Once you've done a good like 100 drawings, you'll start to get used to it a bit more. If you're on your first like handful of drawings that you've ever done, you're not going to know exactly what colour combinations work together because you've not really tried many. So there's no like quick way around it, you've just got to keep practicing. practice is everything when it comes to something like this. The Luminance pencils are really good for like creamy light areas. Like some of the colours you can't really create from the Polychromos, that's why I use some of them, like this one, Brown Ochre 10%. There isn't really anything like that in the Polychromos, so that's largely like why I have to use different brands. It's a bit warm grey at the bottom, so I'm just going to blend some warm grey too. Add some dark sepia. Also, the lighter you are with your pencil, the less likely you are to make mistakes, because you can really easily correct it and you can be a bit more careful with where you're putting it and stuff. So it's good to practice like different pressures. I used to press on so hard, and I used to really struggle. If I made a mistake, that would be it. I'd have to start again because I couldn't lift it off. I couldn't do anything about it. And I always found that my drawings looked really shiny. Like I'd reach a certain point and I couldn't add any more layers because I'd already smoothed the grain of the paper out. Oh, speaking of paper, I didn't even mention what I'm using. This is Archie's Aquarelle hot press watercolour paper. Everything that I'm using I will always leave in the description, so if there's anything I haven't mentioned then just have a look down there. But yeah, it's got quite like a texture to it, so that helps the pencil to stick to it. And once you've gotten rid of that texture completely, it makes it a bit difficult to add anything more on top. You've what they call overworked it. That would be classed as like overworking the paper, so I think I've done that a little bit too dark there. This is what I mean, it makes it just so much easier just to lift colour off when you're working lightly. I think we need a bit of nougat. I tend to use a lot of the same old colours in every single drawing that I do. It's kind of like tried and tested, I know what works. And also if I use the same colours, then a lot of my pieces look cohesive because they've got similar colours in them. But yeah, I just tend to stick to what I know really. So this is probably one of like the trickier areas to draw in this drawing, because paws are really hard to draw anyway, and then when they're this small, it's really hard to get it the right sort of shape. But I'm just taking my time. I always just really take my time with everything. I don't like to rush anything. Especially when it's going to be going on a greeting card year after year. Right, now, like I said, I needed that red tone, so I'm going to add some burnt sienna. So I've gone from having pretty much no more commissions booked in to having 6 in the space of like a week. Which I think I said it on here before, but that always happens. It's like a bus. They don't come for ages, then they all come at once. Don't know why. It's just like a strange phenomenon. Phenomenon? Did I say that right? I don't know. In like the art world, I feel like it's always the same. But that's only from 2 different clients. So one client I'm doing 2 portraits, and then the other one I'm doing 4. So yeah, that's really nice to know that I've got some commissions to work on. I always feel a bit lost when I don't have some commissions, because that's what I started out with, just doing commissions of people's pets. So when I've got like time to just choose what I want to do, I'm like, what do I do? That's why I started this. Well, I needed to do a Christmas design anyway, but I just thought I need to make the most of this quiet period and just get started with another design. I might add a bit more here. Add a bit more dark sepia. You might be able to hear our dishwasher. It's really I am looking into microphones for filming videos like this, like tutorials and stuff. I've been looking at Rode microphones, and they look good, so I'm going to save up and get one at one point. Hopefully it would reduce like a bit of background noise, although people do often say they like the background noise, they like being able to like place like the context of the video. But sometimes, like with the dishwasher, nobody wants to listen to a dishwasher. I certainly wouldn't. So I think a microphone would be good, and I think the sound quality would just be that little bit more crisp and clear. Sometimes I find that like when I say like S's, it's like, ooh, it doesn't sound nice. Because I just use the camera microphone. I've got a Canon M100. And it doesn't have the best microphone. It's not bad. But on a few of my older tutorials, which to be honest, I never edited the sound quality or anything like that on those. I didn't really know that you could do that then. I have a lot of comments like, I can't hear you, like, speak into the microphone. So it's kind of like made me think, maybe it is time to look into a proper microphone. I just feel like I've bought so much stuff for the business lately that I'm kind of like, you need to buy like non-business related stuff too, so I'm just going to save up for one. Because I bought my printer, my Epson E10-8500, which is really good, so I'm glad I bought that. And I've been trying all sorts of different papers, and yeah, there's only so much stuff that you want to be buying all at once. Okay, that's starting to look good. I think I need some orange, some burnt ochre just through here a little bit. Definitely need a bit more cold grey 3, I think. Down here. Need a bit more detail in that leg. I'm really excited to start on the snow once I've finished the fox. It's not taken me that long at all really, this, to be honest. I'm glad I did it the size that I did, because it's just meant that I can like get it done, no messing around, and I can also, if it looks nice once I've scanned it in, I can make some mini prints out of it, because like I said, it's not exactly screaming like Christmas festive, it's just got snow on it, which makes it a little bit Christmassy, so I don't think it would be weird to have a print of it. And the great thing is anyway, now that I've got my printer, I can pretty much like print on demand, so I don't even need to make loads of stock of each thing that I do. I can just mock it up online, add it to my website and just see if it sells, so I can be a bit more experimental with the sort of things that I'm selling, rather than having to like go to a printing company, buy 10, 20 of each thing and just hope for the best, see how it goes. Which is obviously the way that I've had to do it for quite a while, and then when I knew my greeting cards sold well and my prints did at craft fairs and stuff, I thought, right, now's the time to invest in a printer. There's a lot of weird noises outside today. It's very grey but very warm. Very muggy. Right, I might add a little bit of cold grey 5. I feel like I need a little bit of a darker, cooler tone. I've been thinking about, and I don't like saying things that I've like to do without doing it first, and then maybe one day not doing it, but whether I should post a bit more like short form content with tips and stuff, like drawing tips, because every time I want to share a tip I always do it in like a longer form video like this, or like a tutorial, and not everybody is going to sit through something that long and would probably appreciate a little bit more like bite-sized information when it comes to like how to draw fur, like what colours I like to use for different things and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is about short form content, it just doesn't come as naturally to me as like sitting and rambling on and, you know, making a longer video. I think that's because I've always consumed long form content as like a consumer, like I've always preferred watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. But I think it would probably be beneficial for some people if I just did it in some little shorter videos. So I've been wondering whether I do like a Tip Tuesday sort of thing and upload it to Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you know, all the short form content places, and like just do stuff that's a bit more easy to digest. And I don't know, I think I would like to give it a go. I just need to try and keep up with it though. I just really struggle keeping on top of everything. I'm always like, oh, I've got an extra hour here, oh, I'll make a YouTube video. I don't think, oh, I'll make some Instagram content and TikTok content. I just think, oh, well, I'm better off doing a YouTube video. Which I suppose is good to like concentrate on one thing, but then I also feel like I just need to be a bit more open to sharing stuff on Instagram and whatnot. I think most of my students come from YouTube, some of them from Instagram, but I could probably like reach more potential like students on Instagram if I put more effort into it. I think I need a bit of black. I think this will make a cute gift tag. I'm going to add some like snow and like reeds and whatever these are, like little bits sticking out the ground around there. So it'll be quite a simple piece, but that's just me. I just like simple, you know, just a simple gal. Not like anything too fussy. Ooh. The farmers are like harvesting something. I think they might just be cutting the grass, to be honest, I don't know, but they've got the big trailers. I'm gonna add a little bit more nougat. I like doing these little chatty videos anyway. It's nice to just come on and work on something. Like I don't have to explain every little thing that I'm doing. I can just chat as I'm drawing. So it's nice. I do like filming these. Let me know if you enjoy them in the comments. I'd love to know what you're up to while you're watching. I should probably do more lives and do stuff like this, but because of how disruptive Paddy can be, I just get a bit nervous that it would be like, I don't know, pulling someone off, like, and I'd be like, oh, just let me draw, let me draw. He is still a puppy though, so he's still very much in his puppy phase. He's nearly 2 now. It's nearly a year since we got him, I can't believe it. It does not feel like a year, but then at the same time I don't remember life before having him, which is funny. God, a year. Where has the time gone? But anyway, my point being, it's nearly his 2nd birthday. So I think we'll probably like do something nice for him for his birthday. Probably like book the dog field and get a few of his favourite doggy pals to come have a little run round. Some little treats and stuff. Oh. So glad we got him though. I think I definitely told the story about how we got him on here in a vlog somewhere, but basically we were thinking about getting a dog one day but never expected it to like be so soon. But somebody that Scott's family knew basically asked if they wanted to rehome the dog because he wanted him to go to a family that had had English Bull Terriers before with experience and stuff, and Scott's mum had just got a dog from a rescue centre, so she was like, oh no, I've just got a dog but I'll pass you on to my son. Anyway, we were like interested because Scott really wanted an English Bull Terrier because he'd always had them. I wanted like, I don't know, something small, but I was like, do you know what, if that's what you want and that's what you've always had, let's do it, let's go for it. So we went to have a look at him, and then the same day we ended up coming home with him. So yeah, we rehomed him and he's settled in now, obviously. The other dog that they had weren't getting on with him, they kept attacking him, and I don't think that they really wanted him, to be honest. So yeah, we ended up getting a little Padster. I don't think he would have coped very well being in like a kennels or a rescue centre or anything like that, so I'm so glad we got him. I honestly don't think he wouldn't have been okay. He really struggles being on his own. He's got really bad separation anxiety, but it's getting better. We have managed to like train it out of him a little bit. It's a long process. Okay, I'm not too far off done with the fox now. The dishwasher's proper gurgling. And on that note, I think I might leave this video here. I think I've made good progress with the fox now, so yes. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a like if you did and subscribe to see more videos like this, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one. So bye for now.